What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Eric, Mr. Cincinnati Robinson. As always, I'm joined by the podcast dad himself, Chris Hoops. Choops, how we doing, man?
It's a rainy day, but you cannot dampen my parade. WrestleMania week continues.
No, you ain't wrong, man. And it's Christmas, it's opening day, it's your birthday, it's spring break, it's all rolled into one. Just a great time to be a fan.
I didn't do much on spring break, to be honest with you.
No, you're no fun.
Dad.
Anyway, welcome to our show, everybody. As always, hit that QR code in the top left corner. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It is our WrestleMania week of activities, so make sure that you download your bingo card if you're looking for a way to spice up your WrestleMania parties. We're going to have them in full effect at hours this weekend. Going to fire up that Masterbuilt smoker and get a pork shoulder going, so I can't wait, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to eat your pork shoulder.
Yeah, it's going to be a damn good time. We've got our WrestleMania Night 1 preview show, as I'm doing the Housekeeping Matters right now. Doing our preview show. King Chris will be joining us in a little while. Right now, we have Josh Fields from IWE down in Augusta, Georgia, joining us to talk about a few big things going on with their promotion in their life. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring Josh right on in here. Josh, how you doing, man?
Doing great. How about y'all?
Fantastic. It's
coming on.
Best time of the year.
Yeah, it's a lot of excitement out there for sure.
Yeah, and we've definitely been keeping tabs on you guys. You got a few big things you've kind of been working on. First thing I wanted to talk about is you guys put out a press release a couple of weeks ago, partnership with the International Wrestling Network, IWN. Tell everybody a little bit about how that came to be and what we can expect with this working relationship.
Well, IWN reached out to me. We had a couple mutual friends trying to get us together. Finally got us together. We had a great conversation, and we finally came to an agreement that, hey, we are going to do this. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get talent from our area over to England for them to perform, and hopefully get some people from England, from wrestlers from England over here. So, just trying to spice things up, just be different. I think Eric Bischoff says less than, better than, or the same. We're trying to be better than.
It's a good so I like that.
So we're pretty excited. It was it came together pretty quick. I had to sit on it for about 3 weeks because I was about to bust at the seams because we had some stuff that we had to get nailed down contractually. Believe it or not, there's actually a contract in this, but we had to nail down some things contractually and make sure we had all the I's dotted and T's crossed before we announced it.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. That's gonna be great for you guys. I mean, IWN, like I said, great presence over in the UK, and you guys are one of the mainstays in Georgia. So this sounds like a match made in heaven. When can people expect to start seeing any updates on events or anything like that as far as what you guys have planned this year?
I mean, as far as with IWN,
yes,
we're probably about a month out from announcing that. Unfortunately, I thought I would be able to announce something tonight, but the time change and our busy schedules have not been the most conducive for us to put something out yet. But I would probably say in a month. And whenever the announcement comes out, you're going to once again say, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one thing we enjoy about you guys is there's always been a never say never attitude, and I mean that's the best way to go about navigating wrestling is anytime that you can open a door and walk right through it, you might as well.
Yep, that's why we're going to be in North Carolina in a couple of months.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about that.
So we'll be in North Carolina. We're going to be in Lexington, North Carolina, May 8th, June 2nd. The December date escapes me right now. But we're going to be over there. We're going to do some shows. Excuse me, not May 8th. I apologize. I've already messed up. June 2nd. Okay. June 2nd will be our first show in Lexington, North Carolina at the Elevation Arena there. We are extremely excited about bringing IWE to North Carolina as we try to venture out to some more states this year. North Carolina being pretty close here. We're going to run a couple of shows in South Carolina. So we're pretty much going to be in the next month or so running every month instead of every other month like we used to.
Nice.
Awesome. Sounds like you're staying busy for sure.
Between this and my real job, it's been interesting to say the least.
A little hectic. That's okay though. Let's talk about the May 11th card. Let's talk about the pre-show block party and then kind of what you guys got going on there.
So for me and Tim, mental health awareness is something that is extremely important to both of us. And I do not know what just happened to my laptop. I apologize.
That's all right. Yeah, we got it still.
That. Yeah. So I, as one who has had difficulties with my mental health throughout my life, as far as depression and anxiety and stuff of that nature, we finally were able to put this event together, it's more personal for me. We're going to be partnering with Vet Life for Life, and all the proceeds from the block party will go directly to them. And we're also looking to raise money during the show. So we're we're very, very fortunate to be in a place where we can actually start reaching out and doing good in the community. And our first topic was definitely going to be mental health awareness.
Awesome. Yeah, great cause for sure.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about the card, Never Stop Fighting. What are a couple matches folks should be looking forward to?
Stay tuned to our Twitter on WrestleMania Saturday night. We have 3 announcements that will be going out Saturday night and 1 Sunday night. And as you can see from the poster, it's going to be a great show. So I'm very, very excited for it.
Awesome. Everybody listening, stay tuned. Go to that Twitter. Let's give them a follow. Let's see what they got going on May 11th.
Yeah, subscribe to their YouTube channel. You guys have been doing a hell of a job with building your following and growing it really organically.
Yes, I am very proud of our YouTube page. Once again, a 45-year-old man learning social media analytics and algorithms and all that great stuff has not been fun. I actually had to take a class on it so I could actually catch up, and it was overwhelming to say the least.
It's okay. I'm 29 and I still don't get it, so it's okay.
That's why he leaves it to me.
I just updated Twitter to X like a month ago, so it's okay.
A little behind the times.
Same as you. I'm also busy with this my other job, and then 2 toddlers running around the house. So it's busy, but it's a labor of love, right? So it's
I
a
get it. I get it.
Let's go back to the block party a little bit. Food truck, bouncy castles, raffles, drawings. What can people expect kind of at that block party, and then what are we looking forward to there?
It is just going to be a community get together. Mm-hmm. Some people that may not come to the wrestling show may just want to come out to the block party and hang out, raise money, just trying to grow the community any way I can and get awareness out for mental health, people that have issues with mental health. And we're going to have wrestlers telling their story. We're going to have different groups that's actually going to be at the block party. So we're very excited with partnering with a lot of local people here, trying to get the word out about mental health awareness. And it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so in May, and we're just looking. I mean, I am so excited because it's so personal to me that I am very, very excited to just give back in a way that maybe will help just one. If it helps one person, mission accomplished.
Yeah. Like I said, great cause, and I think it's it's 2024. I think it's about time everybody needs to start talking about it and make it mental health a big deal moving forward. So really appreciate you guys doing that for sure.
Yeah. So one more time, we've got the ticket info for this show. onlinetix.ticketleap.com. So yeah, make sure to get your tickets. If you have the ability to sponsor, contribute to this event, definitely do. Josh, before we let you go real quick, obviously WrestleMania is coming up this weekend. We know that you've got some announcements for IWE, but what else are you looking forward to this weekend in wrestling as a whole?
WrestleMania, it's got me. I mean, The Rock, it's hook, line, and sinker. Like, it's even got my wife, who is without a doubt, like, not a wrestling fan, just a casual watcher, just watching it when she's in the room with me, and like, she's hook, line, and sinker on this Rock, Cody, Roman Reigns thing. So I got a feeling I know how it's going to go. I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of mad people on Sunday night, but yeah. So
do you have an official prediction right now that you want to drop? Breaking news.
I mean, my prediction is Roman Reigns.
Okay,
man, that's bold. That's bold.
But how about this? What could you imagine if Cody wins and Damian Priest cashes in the Money in the Bank? Cody Rhodes is like the champ for like 2 minutes.
Podcast Dad has a theory on this year's Money in the Bank, and I'm going to let him expound on that just because I think that everybody needs to hear it.
I think the contract's going to expire. I think that he's going to be the first one to not cash in and go the full year with it expiring. So that's my bold prediction.
To me, I mean, and this is just me, and I'm sure I'm not trying to like get people like hate me on Twitter or anything like this, but is Cody Rhodes not the babyface like his dad or Ricky Steamboat, who is the better chaser than the winner?
I'm not arguing with you. The internet might be more upset if he does win and then gets cashed in on.
Yeah,
that's you might melt the internet if that happens.
It's a good point. I think he's great in this chase mode. It's just how much longer can we keep everybody invested in the chase? And we also have not necessarily seen him as a world champion to know if he's better as the hunter or the hunted. I mean, this is a new arena that we're hoping to find ourselves in here, and I don't know. I mean, there's no shortage of challengers that he's got for those titles on both shows. So I don't know. I still got to go Team Cody, but I like the logic of where you're at.
We'll see.
I mean, I've got like so many like theories going through my head about this. There's also what happens if Rock's daughter gets involved. I mean, just all kinds of crazy.
If Rock's daughter gets involved, then Liberty Rhodes is going to hit her with a Crossroads trio.
Jeez, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Josh, since you are now a social media master, where can everybody find you on all the socials?
IW Pro on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it today. YouTube, IW Pro. Please like, subscribe, retweet. All that does is help us in our cause. If you don't even have to sponsor or give money to any independent wrestling company, if you just like, subscribe to their YouTube pages, stuff like that, including ours, that helps tremendously more than you know.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, we're proud subscribers of IWE as well, and certainly can't wait to see what you guys do the next couple of months, not just with mental health awareness next month, but everything you've got going with IWN overseas as well, and we're going to be right there with you to cheer you on.
I appreciate everything y'all done for us. Thank you very much.
No problem at all, Josh. It's always great to see you. Hope to have you back on very soon, okay?
Thank you.
All right, take care, my friend.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah. Oh, I mean that's
a crazy partnership. That's exciting.
Yeah. I'm really happy for them. They've been busting their asses to grow their promotion, and again, we certainly can't wait to see what they do next. So definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, let us talk a little bit of WrestleMania. Before we get to WrestleMania, Monday Night Raw. They're rebranding these as WrestleMania Raw, WrestleMania SmackDown to kind of give it that go home week feel. So, I mean, big story. Bloodline comes back, advertised appearance. We knew that this one was coming last week. Mm-hmm. So The Rock now kind of following up on his attack of Cody Rhodes and his promised to make him bleed, which he delivered on. And Roman Reigns also making a bit of an appearance, to kind of tell everybody, hey, I'm there too. You got some thoughts. I'm going to kick it over to you.
What did I say yesterday?
You said a lot yesterday.
No. Specifically about Roman Reigns.
Let me.
Come on. You know what I said. I don't know what you're doing, but
I can't find it. Okay.
You know what I said.
Just say it, damn it.
I said I wanted him to do something big. I wanted him to cut a fiery promo. I wanted him to make hey, I am the final boss kind of thing.
No.
Let me ask you, Mr. Cincinnati. Did that happen?
Okay. I would like to think that it did.
How?
I mean, so for me anyway, he says he's leaving to go work on his Hall of Fame speech. He's going to be the one inducting Paul Heyman, we learned last night.
Don't like that, by the way. I don't like that. Personally, I don't like that because
that's fine.
It's part of the storyline. I feel like the Hall of Fame should be just separate from storyline aspects.
But it wasn't last year.
With the Ray thing, but that's fine.
That's still story. I mean,
you're telling me like a Punk would not have been better to induct Paul Heyman? Like, come on.
I mean, yes, that would have been good too. Why they did this, I don't know. I have no idea, but that's what they're doing here. Don't tell me that Paul Heyman has no problem using his Hall of Fame moment to get heat for somebody else during WrestleMania weekend. He's very much that guy. That's so. Yeah, let's not act like there wasn't some thought about why they're doing this. Okay, right. Because I mean, outside of that, realistically, who are we getting to do it? I mean, Tommy Dreamer's got Sirius XM, so I don't know if they would let him do it. Dudley's, who knows?
They're under contract.
Yeah,
Bubba Ray would have been a hell of a speech.
That would have. He's coming under fire for some of the stuff he said after the CM Punk interview, which again, if you haven't had a chance to watch that, it's definitely worth the look. So royalty has arrived.
Okay, I want to see what he says because you're wrong.
Oh, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, King Chris is joining us once again. Man, it's good to see you.
Great seeing you guys as well. As you know, forgive my tardiness. The kingdom has many things that need to be taken care of, and my subjects were very unruly today. So please forgive my appearance and lateness to the podcast.
Podcast knows a couple of things about unruly subjects. It's fine.
I do. I have two of them that are downstairs at this moment. And my wife, she's down there too. Real quick, Eric, shut up. King Chris.
No, I was good. You know what?
Shut up. I don't know if you were able to check out the show yesterday, but our Raw preview, I said I wanted Roman Reigns to make a statement on Monday Night Raw and say, hey, I'm in the main event. I'm the final boss. It is my title on the line. I'm the one that has held it for X amount of days. I don't know what we're on at this point. Did he make that statement last night?
He made a statement. I don't think he made that statement. He made he made a statement that I'm here. Don't forget about me. Exactly. But the main statement that was made last night was The Rock and the final boss whipping Cody Rhodes and that clown show of a competitor like a dog. And that was the statement said, like, I'm here. I'm the final boss. I'm the head. I'm the actual head of the table. That's the statement that was made, in my opinion.
So you're wrong, Eric.
I wouldn't say that I'm wrong. I just say that we disagree, which is fine.
What statement did he make last night, Eric?
It's better than having him just leave the arena, which I thought until he showed back up. Because I figured, okay, this might be the time where Rock gets his receipt going into Mania. If he made Cody bleed, I could have totally seen that show ending with a Shield powerbomb through that announce table. Or a rock bottom. Never mind. Yeah, that would have been a fine end to that episode too.
Also, is that Cody's new shirt?
That's just what I'm thinking.
The one with the blood on the skull. I really want that.
I think that it could be. I thought there was something I missed as far as an actual merch drop.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. I just what match are you more excited for? The tag match or the title match?
I think it's the tag match because again, it's the Rock factor. That's it. It is what it is. And I've said this on our show. I've said this before too. I feel like this is a subtle way to kind of condition us to a life without Roman Reigns being at the forefront of everything. We know that once he loses this title, he's going to take a significant period of time off, and he's not going to be around anymore. So this company is already going to pass him by as it is. You might as well start to foreshadow that on TV now.
So is The Rock going to be here after Mania? Is that what you're telling me?
Rock will show up more than Roman does between now and SummerSlam, I think. Because I think that we'll get Cody Rhodes versus The Rock at SummerSlam.
Oh, I might have to take you up on that one.
So yeah, you were saying
I might have to take you up on that one. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know if Rock. I don't know. No, I'm saying as a bet. I don't know if Rock's going up more than Roman. I think
we can gladly put a bet on that. We can gladly put a bet on that.
We're arguing. I want King Chris's opinion. Again, shut up.
Yes.
I think The Rock will show up more than Roman. The Rock is obviously a part of the board, and I feel like the name going from the People's Champion to the final boss, and him saying "I'm your boss" to Seth Rollins, so I can make your championship go away like that. I think he's kind of transitioning into that authority figure where he will show up and he will be there. Maybe as he'll pop in here and there, but he'll have that overarching, lingering sense like, I'm here. Like, this is going to happen if you fall out of line.
Do we need another authority figure, though?
Yeah, I mean, look, do I think that we need one? No. Do I have any problem with it being The Rock and the first time it's not a McMahon for the first time in almost 3 decades? Sure.
I'm sorry, Triple H is not a McMahon.
You know exactly what I mean. Okay, I already sat through the authority era once. I'm not doing it again.
God, if I have to, I'll be upset. I'll be upset.
No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. But yeah. So mixed opinions on the bookend segments here. Basically, the first 40 minutes of the commercial-free first hour of Raw. Ricochet follow-away slammed Ivar.
Again, I'm sorry. Real quick. What did you guys think of the first hour? Because I saw complaints about how long it was. Like, I'm totally okay with it because you want your big stars to kind of talk and continue to sell tickets rather than wrestle in a match and potentially get hurt. So I saw a lot of mixed opinions on that. And I'll start with Eric. Shut up. I'll start with King Chris. How did you feel about the lengthy promo to begin the show?
I loved it. I am so glued to this storyline that it's one of the few times in wrestling that I haven't had my phone right here just so I look down and, what's happening now? I wanted to know what was said next and what was happening next. So that long promo kept me glued. And I believe I texted Mr. Cincinnati saying, we're getting Solo. Like this, the payoff was that. And I was just, I've been so into this story. And with these long promos, I wanted it to be longer. To be honest, I wanted it to go for an entire hour.
I thought they could have had that full hour there.
Agreed.
I mean, there's no way that anybody would buy that wouldn't happen. And I was just convinced. But I mean, what we got was good. I mean, again, how much more can you do between now and this weekend that really adds to the story? We already got the blood. Great. Now we got the follow up kind of heel beat down, which will foreshadow what happens on Saturday night. I mean, this was exactly what I think it needed to be. I still think that having Roman there made a statement in the end because he's still standing tall with The Rock. Like that's the image that they want. But I just think that they are trying to precondition us to start to see what life in WWE looks like with Roman kind of fade into the background.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything else on Monday Night Raw for the good of the order? Because I was so rudely interrupted.
Go ahead. Talk about Ricochet.
Yeah, he follow-away slammed Ivar and then hit a 630 and won. The Ricochet push is coming. I'm ready for it.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Haven't we seen this story before?
Yeah, we have. But Triple H is firmly in charge now, so I'm gonna let it ride.
What would you say is Ricochet's ceiling? Like realistically.
Number 1 contender for world title chase mode, but I don't necessarily see a world title run in him. But I mean, there's no reason that he can't be categorized. I think that he could. Yeah, I see Money in the Bank in his vision as well. That's okay. That's just me.
You're shaking your head. I want to hear why.
IC title, U.S. championship with the World Championship and the undisputed Universal Championship. Look at the guys right now that are in line for that. Who is Ricochet passing right now? He's not passing a Drew. When CM Punk comes back, he's not passing him. I think Gunther is going to be in that title position soon. I don't see him passing either of those guys. And I want him to be in that race. I think he's one of the best competitors I've seen in a while, but you still have LA Knight. You still have AJ Styles still there. Randy Orton's still hanging around. Is Zayn gonna be there? Kevin Owens? Those are just names off the top that I don't see Ricochet passing.
I get it. I mean, then that's perfectly fine. I mean, I think that Money in the Bank is the way to get him to that level. Sometimes you need the prop like that in order to make that happen for him. I think that's something that helps him to get there, to kind of just, peek his head over the scene. I mean, if we live in a world where Bob Holly once competed for the WWE Championship in 2003, I'm fairly certain that we can live in that same world where Ricochet does too.
Did you just drop a Bob Holly reference?
That was impressive.
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
Is that like a 21-year Bob Holly?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, what's the name of the podcast?
I think that was also a lack of challengers at the time, but that's neither here.
Did it happen or not?
I didn't remember until you just said something.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, it's WrestleMania week. You ain't gotta be mean.
Yeah. I'm not being mean. Tensions are getting a little hot. That's all it is.
They're not hot. We had a civil discussion and a disagreement about.
That's fine.
The WrestleMania program. It's WrestleMania week. Everybody's happy.
I'm in a great mood.
It's the best one in a long time too.
God, it really everything about this. However,
greatest city of all time too.
Yeah, whatever. King Chris, I'm going to put you in the hot seat here because you had a very hot take that you gave me today involving the man and how you kind of want her to just go away for a while.
Yeah, I'm sick of her. I'm sick of Becky.
Whoa.
I
told you.
I'm coming in hot. And the reason is, how many times am I going to have to hear, I bloody worked hard for my spot and I really deserve this spot and I am all about wrestling, blah, blah, blah. I've heard this so many times and your act is kind of getting cringe to me now. So let's let the new generation come in. Let Rhea have this. I'm done. I'm sick of it.
Oh my.
Yeah, podcast dad. Yeah.
I mean, should we just get into the WrestleMania Night 1 preview then, since I think that's the first match?
You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Everybody, welcome to our official Night 1 WrestleMania preview show.
28 minutes in.
Monday Night Raw was great. Let me see if I can find this damn graphic here. Oh, here we go. So Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, Rhea's been on a roll, looking at, trying to take this title with her back-to-back WrestleManias. I see no world in which she loses this title in Philadelphia. I just don't. I think that this leads to Becky taking some much-needed time away. Her contract's coming up in June, and I'd imagine by this point in her career, she and Seth Rollins are probably going to be looking for that part-time money. So, I don't think that we'll have to worry about her for much longer. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, I hope.
I don't know about part-time. I would agree Rhea's going to win this match. I don't see any reason to take the title off of her at this point. Like, just have her continue this dominant run and let's wait for, like King Chris said, a fresh, new, up-and-coming star to come up and maybe take this title off of her. I think Becky's going to go away for a while and promote this book like crazy. I think she's going to go on her little book tour and do all that and like you said, take some time off. I don't know if I'm tired of Becky Lynch, but I can see where you're coming from about the whole man gimmick getting a little old and getting a little stale. I didn't really enjoy her heel run as much as I thought I would. It kind of felt like it was just a carbon copy of Seth Rollins, but maybe go away for a little bit, come back refreshed. I mean, she's really good at what she does. It might be time for a new gimmick. So overall, though, I will go Rhea winning and Give me some of those NXT stars to come up and let's start challenging Rhea for that.
You mentioned she needs to take time for her book. How about she take some time and raise her newborn child? And maybe I'm just thinking about that. But I think she needs to be there for her kid, and I think this is that time to do it. And again, I'm sick of her. I don't know how everybody thinks. Maybe it's the man gimmick. It's been there since she faced off against Charlotte back in
2018.
Yeah, and usually gimmicks don't go on that long, and I think she needs a refresh and a reset. So out of all due respect, I think Rhea will win this. I mean, she's dominant. I'm so excited to see her compete every single time she's in the squared circle. Like, I can't remember a women's world champion at this level that I've been excited to watch in a very long time, and she's at that. So she's going to take this.
Yeah, I think for me, what I need to see them, much like Chris has already alluded to, we need to see some more challengers step up for this title. This lengthy reign was not marked by very many quality title defenses because there was so much involvement with the Judgment Day storyline and kind of being seen as, well, is she the leader? Is she not? I mean, that's really the only thing that I would want to see more of as we go into another wrestling calendar year of Rhea Ripley as Women's World Champion is let's set up some credible challengers for her. Let's I don't necessarily need to see her wrestling on TV every week, but there needs to be some urgency to make this title a priority more so than Judgment Day, because Judgment Day is starting to fall apart now, as we saw last night on Raw with the inclusion of LDF and Andrade, and it seems like they're setting up a way for Dom to kind of do a soft split out. Does that mean a soft split with Rhea as well, or just Judgment Day as a whole? Remains to be seen.
And another thing, how is she the underdog? She's playing this underdog card. She's one of the most storied women's wrestlers of all time, and not just women's wrestlers, but one of the most active wrestlers that has seen the highest accolades. I don't buy into this underdog mentality, and maybe that's what's making me angry.
Becky Balboa just it just
it's not there anymore.
Rattles off the tongue. I mean, but that's what they're trying to capture as much of that Rocky spirit in as many matches as they can. I feel like.
I mean, he's the greatest Philadelphian of all time, so I don't see why not.
Okay.
Do you disagree with me?
I'm just listening.
Don't just because your city doesn't have any statues.
Well, okay. I'm going to start a petition for a John Moxley statue right in the middle of Fountain Square. How about that? How great would that be?
Is it going to be like a fountain with blood shooting out of its head?
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Rocky, let's get to the next match.
All right. So these are in no particular order, but brother versus brother, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, a match quasi a year in the making. We've debated to death whether Jey Uso is truly main event. Some say yes, some say no. Did you guys think at the end of night one last year that we'd be here this year between these two?
That's a good question. Probably not, but okay. I'm not mad that we are.
Sure. King?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I didn't see a one-on-one. I thought they would separate and do their own things into their own feuds. I thought they would obviously have a bigger run and a bigger push. I know they tried to do the main event thing, but I didn't see Jimmy becoming like a goofy henchman in this side. But I'm happy we got here.
Yeah, it took them a while. I feel like I would have loved for this to have started at the Rumble since they came in at 1 and 2. I mean, it's an easy story that you can tell there. They chose not to. We still end up here anyway. I mean, this is a breakout match that both of them need. Where and again, we've kind of nitpicked both of their singles runs to death on this show. I think that Jay's has certainly been better than Jimmy's because Jimmy's still in the bloodline, and it's still kind of he's still kind of the ancillary character within that story. I'm just saying, because I saw that look, Choops. I'm just saying, objectively,
popped up on my phone. Sorry, it wasn't you, of course.
Okay, all right.
What's your favorite Jey Uso match?
Going there.
You.
Look, I'm just saying for just if we have to look at the runs side by side here, Jay's has been better than Jimmy's, my personal opinion. I think Jay. Yeah, I mean, I think Jay gets the win here. I mean, Jimmy, I think, is still kind of waiting for that breakout moment, and that's not going to happen until he rids the bloodline for good, which, if I can put my logic hat on for a second, Jimmy blames Jay for the breakup of the bloodline because Jay left first, even though Jimmy left first.
Yep.
Okay.
Wrestling.
Sure. Because, yeah. All right.
This your first day? We don't. I mean, there was a time where we didn't look a year in the past. So
yeah,
people forget. Remember that. Yeah. I'll go Jay. I think Rikishi will get involved somehow in this match, and I could see a reunion at the end of this match where they shake hands, hug, and maybe we see the tag team get back together. Now that hopefully, fingers crossed, they're splitting these titles again, and add more depth to that tag division. I mean, let's be honest, you could still do the main event Jey Uso thing. We've seen it before with tag teams kind of still be a tag team and have one guy. I mean, the one I can remember is like the Hardys, where Jeff was the Intercontinental title holder for a very long time, and Matt was there, and they were still doing their tag thing. And yeah, I think Jey wins. I'm a little surprised there's no like stipulation to this match, like a Samoan street fight or a tribal combat or something like that. But I'll go Jay. I think this would be the biggest win Jay's had so far on this singles run.
Yeah, Your Highness.
This would just play into the podcast dad's just theory of mid-card Jey Uso. I think Jimmy's might take the win here. Mr. Cincinnati, you said that we've been waiting for that breakout moment. This is that breakout moment, and I think he needs this more. He needs this win more than Jay does. Jay kind of has been solidified as a singles guy. It may not be to the level of a main event singles guy, but he has his own run. He can do whatever he needs to do. Right now, like I mentioned before, he's the goofy henchman, and he just pops up here and there and takes losses. And at what point are we going to start taking him seriously? And I think this is that time that we take him seriously. And I think being the older or the bigger brother and the older brother, the older brother will come out on top. So give me Jimmy. I'm taking him.
I like it.
Okay.
All right. That's solid logic there. I mean, I think that if it does happen, then that would be great for them. I mean, I guess, and Chris, you've already kind of alluded to it, but we're starting to think that once this is over, this is a shake hands, brothers fight. You had your moment. Now it's time to make up and move forward. You think they can actually do it?
Which one are you talking to?
We'll start with King.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah. It depends on, just fantasy booking wise, I can see them doing that. And then they both come out together in Bloodline rules for night 2 and kind of ruin the night or try to ruin the night. But if they don't, I could see it going either way, and I can see them doing their own thing on different shows, but I wouldn't mind them getting back together and creating the Bloodline again, especially setting up again down the road for a Survivor Series potential for War Games, like a Civil War. I would love
badly. I want that so badly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay. I could see it. I mean, they're better as a tag team anyway. I mean,
they are.
Jay's got a great connection with the crowd, but he's much better in a tag team.
And it just felt weird when Jay and Cody won the titles, and it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree.
No. All right. Next up, this was just made official last week. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee taking on Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. We did see LDF hanging out in the Judgment Day clubhouse, much to the chagrin of the rest of the group last night. Your Highness, we're going to start with you on this one. What do you think of the pairing of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee?
So I may be stealing some content here, but I thought it was such a great point. Why is Dragon Lee in this and not Carlito?
Because Carlito's going to turn heel.
I think this is the catalyst for him to turn heel, which will lead me to the winner, which will be Santos and Dom. And I think Carlito will play a large part in that. Santos right now I didn't think I would like him. I love seeing his segments. I love him as a wrestler, and I want to see his push go far. And I think the interactions with Dom and the Judgment Day right now are great, and I want to see those continue and possibly split up Judgment Day. So I think they're going to take the win, and I think Rey Mysterio is going to take the fall.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm also going to say Santos and Dirty Dom. I think that there is still one more WrestleMania left in these two between Dom and Rey. And I think that that's where there's a mask/career versus hair, some type of final goodbye program. This has been one of those stories that you can get a trilogy out of it, and you really don't have to do a whole lot of work to put these two back together. I mean, this was set up because Dom interfered in a match 2 weeks ago. That's because the story has been so personal that, they've spent enough time away, and Dom decides he wants to go pick on his dad again and mix it up for Mania. I think they've got one more singles match in them, and I think that this will make them 1-1.
Yep, and Eric, you made a great point on our last show about Dom's had a hell of a year, and it would have been a shame to have him not on the WrestleMania card. Like he's earned his shot on the WrestleMania card. He's had such a good year. I'm happy to see him on this card, even though the plans changed for him. But yeah, I will go Santos and Dom as well. I think they need it more than Rey and Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee hasn't really been around, so what is the win going to do for him? And then Rey, Rey's bulletproof at this point. Like he can win, lose, draw. It doesn't really matter. But like a Santos and a Dom would benefit greatly from winning here. So I'll give it to those two.
Okay, cool. I like it. Next up, we've got the Intercontinental Championship. The Ring General. I did not say that very well. General. Gunther taking on Sami Zayn, the underdog from the underground. Great promo or pre-tape they did last night with Chad Gable, really kind of giving him that underdog feeling that Sami has also so brilliantly excelled at for the bulk of his WWE run. Podcast Dad, I'm going to turn it over to you first. And I feel like we've talked about it before, but as we're doing our preview, let's talk about it again. You still believe Sami Zayn was the right choice for this match instead of Chad Gable?
Yes, I would say yes. I think this is the bigger match at WrestleMania because I think Gunther's going to win, and I think they want him to win. Do you want Chad Gable to lose again, and then you just that's it for Chad Gable, right? Like after this, Gable can still get another shot. Like he's only lost one time, but if he loses at Mania, I think it's over. Sami can eat this loss and be okay. Sami can then go into a really easy feud with like Drew. A little spoiler alert there, but he can go into a main title program. Like I think that would be a great challenger for Drew moving forward. I also wanted to couple things on this match, right? So I don't think Sami's the guy to take the title off Gunther. I saw a report that they see Ilya as the same level as a Gunther, right? What did they announce today? That Clash at the Castle is coming back.
Scotland. Yeah.
That is in June at Scotland, right? But Bash in Berlin is in August. You could take the title off of Gunther at Clash, and then boom, at Bash in Berlin, there's your moment with him. Like it is, I think, a very easy transition. You build a star in Ilya right away. I don't think you would build a star in Sami because I think he's already there. And I've always been to this credence of like the person that beats Gunther is a star in the making, not a star that's already established. Like the person that beats him has to be somebody on the come up and somebody that you're just going to strap the rocket to. So as much as I like Sami Zayn, he had his moment last year. He's not winning it this year.
Yeah. King Chris.
I mean, I can't really add much to that. That's perfect. Yeah, I really don't see Gunther dropping this because Berlin's coming, and I with the news that you just reported, I was looking at it as he's not going into Berlin without a title or in the world title picture. So I just didn't see him dropping it here, and he's just so good. He's just so dominant. I just want this to continue.
Yeah, I really wanted to see Chad get the feel good moment here, just because we're again preconditioned at WrestleMania to expect those kinds of feel good moments, and hopefully, if I'm not getting this, I'm getting Cody Rhodes. Spoiler alert for our Thursday night 2 show, but yeah, I mean, I gotta say for Gunther, we've always known he's had it in the ring. The character itself has finally caught up to what he has been able to do in the ring. I mean, he looked dastardly, he looked cocky, he looked downright indignant last night, and the beating that Sammy took, I really enjoyed that segment, and yeah, I really wanted to see it come to an end here, but he's the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, and it's not even close. I mean, at this point, it's nobody has done this, and especially with kind of how the company views Ilya internally, this can be Ilya's first singles match on the main roster is beating Gunther, and I don't think that anybody bats an eye. So I'm fine with that. I am also going to say Gunther retains. It took me a lot to get there, but here we are.
You think he's better than The Miz?
That's not even funny.
He's the most must-see Intercontinental Champion of all time.
All time.
Yeah, that's what he says. Anyway, 6-woman tag match that just got announced over the weekend, and I think that we're all thrilled for it. Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair taking on Dakota Kai and the Kabuki Warriors. Epic 6-person tag match. I'm going to start with the King here. I think we're in various group chats and have discussed this to death, but let's get it on the record here. You excited for this match?
I want the Powder Buff Girls to wreck Damage Control.
That's pretty good.
I want them.
That was great.
I'm so with this isn't a title match, correct?
No.
I'm glad, because I want them to wreck them, but I don't want Damage Control to lose their titles. And I still want to see what this iteration of Damage Control can be without Bayley. And losing the titles, I feel like they lose some of their mystique. And without the stipulation of a title match, I want them to wreck them. Yeah. Just seeing Jade at SmackDown do everything in the ring to them, it was so awesome to see. I've been waiting for it. I've been wanting to see it. It was there. I want more of that on a larger scale at WrestleMania in Philly. So give me the Powder Buff Girls.
So I love that title. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Podcast Dad.
I'm going to drop my bold prediction for night 1.
All right.
And it's this match specifically.
Okay. I
think Bayley is going to win on night 2. So I don't see Damage Control taking a loss here. What I do see is Jade Cargill turning heel and attacking a Bianca Belair and Naomi. Boom. There's your first feud. We talked about it on the last show about what could be her first singles match. She could run through Naomi and then set up a huge match with Bianca at SummerSlam and have a huge marquee match. So I'm gonna go Damage Control with a little heel turn from Jade.
Okay,
Mr. Cincinnati, can I interrupt right here?
Of course.
When in WWE history has somebody made a debut to this magnitude and with this hype and immediately turned heel? I feel like they milk this is the great
Kevin Owens.
Well, Kevin Owens was a heel down in NXT.
But no, when he first debuted, because that was Sammy won the title that night and then did the April Powerbomb spot, stretched him out. So it has been done on a debut night.
And she debuted 7 months ago. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but did she though? Yeah,
she did.
And to your I'm gonna give that credence towards your argument, Chris, is that because we really haven't seen what we can expect of her. She has taken her time to figure out what show she wants to go to. She took her time to get into the ring for the first time at the Royal Rumble, kind of tore through everybody. And I mean, that electricity we felt when Bianca and Jade finally just stood there and they just soaked that all in. There's still some stuff you can do with that. This could very easily be the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's just, I'm going to shake your hand, but I've got a rock in the other.
And you mentioned that energy, and I feel like that energy is a WrestleMania energy and not a SummerSlam energy. And
hey, don't say that if we're trying to go.
I want to go, but let's call a spade here. WrestleMania is the show of shows, and that is the energy of the energy. And you're right, that was a moment at the Mania, and I feel like that needs its own spotlight. Maybe put a title on somebody to get to that point. I don't want this to be rushed. And if anything under the Trips era has showed us, they're not going to rush anything. Sure. And I feel like this story needs to be told. So that I thought about that heel turn, and I thought this could set that up. I just think it's too quick. And I just think they want some time to let this marinate, have her feel comfortable in WWE against some competition, maybe take out your girl Mia Yim a couple times and get some wins under her belt, and then she could turn.
Okay. All right. I was with you till Mia Yim. But I mean, that's so, because that's a lot of what I brought up yesterday, is because they have deliberately taken their time with her. I mean, I personally still think that we can get to SummerSlam where she doesn't have a singles match, TV, pay-per-view. Although I think realistically they could, if they want to continue to build the mystique, because I mean, she can just show up and just stand there and be a presence, and it has added something to a show. I mean, just the segment where she just came out and signed her contract, had a few words, and walked out. I mean, that was worth the price of admission alone. Even if they didn't have that segment at the end to set up this 6-person tag match. So I don't know. I think that I'm gonna have to go with the Powder Buff Girls. Love that name. So hats off to you, Chris, on that one. Yeah. I think that there's still a lot they can do here. I think that there is a legitimate tag run between some combination of these three and possibly some gold with it, just not right yet.
And we're overlooking a potential streak here. So Bianca has the winning streak at Mania.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Pretty soon we're gonna have a Miss WrestleMania. Oh yeah. This is true. All right, so we've got also the 6-pack ladder match for the Tag Team Championships. Awesome Truth, New Day, Judgment Day, DIY, New Catch Republic, and ATL Down Under. Before we get into this match, did you see how Austin Theory is getting into a Twitter fight with Joey Swole?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Okay, so for those that aren't sure who Joey Swole is, he's a fitness influencer. He's all about gym positivity, things like that. Somebody sent him a video that Grayson Waller did on TikTok, where I think somebody walked through them as they were, recording their sets and stuff, and they went full heel mode and started to just kind of chirp at this person that walked by and kind of saying, "Hey, what are you doing that for?" Joey Swole gets a hold of it, does his be better, kind of run, rips on him, all of that, and then Austin Theory replies and basically says, if you want to fight, we can fight. That kind of stuff. Just it's worth the look on Twitter if you get some time.
Jeez. So real quick, can I read the description of what this says on Wikipedia?
Sure can.
So it says the 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. The match will end after both titles under the Undisputed Championship banner, the Raw and SmackDown tag titles, have been retrieved, making it possible for the titles to split between two teams. We're getting a split, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Have to. It's time. It's time. They don't say those sorts of things, just by accident, this was a fine thing to do when you had the Bloodline kind of running roughshod and for that story. But there are too many talented teams, and the Judgment Day tag title run hasn't necessarily lit the world on fire. I was trying to say it, a little bit more nice. Whatever. Okay. King Chris, we're going to start with you. What are you hoping to see in this match, and who do you think are winning the gold?
What do I hope to see in this match? I want to see people jumping off ladders. That's what I want to see in this match. No. Just putting that out there. What I think is going to happen, as the Wikipedia description mentions, I think one team will grab one, another team will grab another at the same time, or one grabs one, they move off, and then one grabs another. I don't see that happening, but all right. Was it
Eric? He pissed him
off.
He was
really upset.
He loves his unified tag titles. Damn it.
Yeah, apparently. Jeez, big Finn guy.
Oh man.
But I will continue the answer. I think it'll be New Catch Republic, because the push that they've gotten and the group that they've formed, I think the company's behind them, and quite frankly, I want to see them with some gold. I'm sorry to interrupt your little break, but
sorry, I was trying to get the damn bingo card up to show people and be a shameless plug during WrestleMania week, gentlemen.
You ruined the show. Thank you.
Oh, but you know what? I think we're doing just fine right now. To the other 35 people that are watching right now, thank you very much for sticking with us through the technical difficulty.
Shut your mouth. The king is talking.
Thank you.
Ooh. Start over.
Don't tell the king what to do. The king does what he wants to do. And I will say, how dare you? How dare you?
Don't act like you didn't walk into.
Can't do that mid-drink, man. Oh, that was good. That was good.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Continue, buddy.
So I will say the New Catch Republic, and if you want to see my explanation, you can go back and see the explanation. And the other team that I think is going to end up winning, just the heart out of me wants DIY to grab it. Just get young. Yeah. Just get the young movement going. They're not young.
I was going to say they're not young,
but they're a new.
They're in their mid-20s. They're young. It's just they've been there since they were 19 that we don't think about it.
The hell are you talking about?
What the hell do you think? I said what I said.
Are they really in their mid-20s?
Yes. Tyler Bate has been with WWE since he was 19. That's what we forget.
Is he still here?
I'm saying DIY.
Oh, I'm talking New Catch. All right.
No, New Catch. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Woo! See what happens when you get upset with one of my answers and you leave. So I think the two that are going to win are DIY and New Catch Republic. Please move on.
Yeah. I'll be quick. DIY and give me A-Town Down Under. Give me some good heel champions. Come on now.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. So I think I'm going to go with the podcast Dad on that one, just because I think that we have finally found a lane that works for Austin Theory. Single star, he is not. Grayson Waller, he still has the ability to break out of that tag team and be that star, given some of the things they've had him do with his segments. But Theory is perfect to be that guy. It's like, okay, I'm a champion, but he's the one that's going to take all the bumps for Grayson Waller.
And let's be honest, Austin Theory is very young. There's still time for Austin Theory. I would say the way he said that one before too. The way he was handled at first was not good. We can all agree with that. He was pushed way too soon.
Chosen ones very rarely work.
But who chose him? Who?
Say his name.
Say his name.
His daddy's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So I would say there's still time for Austin Theory, but right now he is in a very, very good role. And I think him with Grayson Waller and Logan Paul would just be insufferable.
Yeah.
And I'm all here for it.
Here. Well, gentlemen, it is main event of night one time. Unless you've been living under a rock, we know what the match is. Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins taking on, notice it says People Champion and not Final Boss, The Rock, and Roman Reigns. Your Highness, I'm going to start with you. We have nitpicked this story to death, the build. I think that we've all texted each other with just all kinds of theories and Easter eggs. Point blank period. Who you got winning this match on Saturday?
I have the Brahma Bull, the Jabroni beaten, pie eaten, trailblazing, eyebrow raising, People's Champ, Final Boss, The Rock, and that other guy, Roman Reigns, winning this one to set up the Bloodline rules. I want to see how The Rock looks in the ring, but B, I just want to see what we got a little taste of what Bloodline rules is, but I want to see that on a grand scale for night two. So I have them winning.
I'm going to have to agree. Real quick, who do you think will take the pin?
Seth.
Okay. Who will pin Seth?
Jeez. Probably The Rock.
I was gonna say the same thing. I mean, that reaction to and Chris, you would text me about this last night too. You were upset that they even teased Seth Rollins calling out The Rock for main event of Raw. I mean, that crowd went absolutely banana for it. Like,
correct.
That match is coming. It's a matter of when, but I think that match is coming. And here is the start to this. I mean, even though we're looking at at Roman as kind of the odd man out in this build, Seth Rollins is going to be the true odd man out at WrestleMania. He is losing Saturday and Sunday, and that is going to drive him mental.
Okay. I will go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you see maybe this is me fantasy booking? Do you see a world where Seth turns on Cody during this match?
Yeah.
No. I can't say that I do, just because I don't. I mean, given the type of heel that Drew McIntyre has been in that build with Rollins, I don't necessarily think that they're going to go heel versus heel in that respect. And I think that that's the only thing holding it up, is that Drew has excelled at being the heel going into that title match. That why muddy the water with even teasing that Seth does it.
Is Drew truly a heel, or is he a tweener?
He's okay. He's a tweener, but he's leaning heel, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see a scenario where Seth does, like, I don't know about turn, but maybe like walks out or something like that. Like, doesn't directly cost Cody, but like just is like, I'm not fighting your battles again, kind of thing, because they have a history. I mean, we can't act like that didn't happen. Like,
I know, yeah.
It's just it long-term storytelling with Triple H seems to be there. For me, The Rock is going to pin Cody Rhodes night one. And that will give The Rock the claim of, all right, you beat Roman for the title. I beat you. Give me my title shot.
Oh, man, the fact that we might get a Rock world title match in 2024.
And then he can force it. I'm on the board. I'm getting my title shot.
Mm-hmm.
I beat you. So that I see that. And then what that does is that plants that little seed of doubt. Like, oh, shit, they're going to do it again. They're going to beat Cody again, aren't they?
And to play off that pin, if he goes with Cody, this could give the opportunity to Rock said, I pinned Cody. You couldn't hold up your end of the bargain. You claim you're the tribal chief. I'm the true one. I actually got the job done. And it creates that rift. And we saw that face-off with The Rock and Roman. And he said, do I sit? I'm going to get something to eat. Do I go to the bar, sit in a booth, or sit at the head of the table? Like you said, we can't forget what happened. And this could be that way. So I could see that. I could see Cody taking a pin.
You're here. Gentlemen, this is
night one.
Yeah. That is exactly why we have split these up. I mean, I think last year our first episode was about WrestleMania. It was about 2.5 hours. So let's we're gonna cut this one in half. We're gonna stop it right here with WrestleMania Night 1. We will be back with King Chris this Thursday for Night 2. Tomorrow night we're gonna take a break and cover Stand and Deliver with Mr. OTM and the podcast son of the On the Mark podcast. So tune into that. Are we doing that at 8:30, bud?
Huh?
Are we doing that at 8:30 tomorrow? So tomorrow's Wednesday. Just double checking.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay, so I will let y'all know when he lets me know.
It might be 8. It might be 8.
Okay, that'll work. Okay. King Chris, final word to you. Anything that is on your mind, the floor is yours.
All hail JVF.
All right, that's it. You're not welcome here anymore. That's just really. You know what? Okay.
Coming from the king, that means something.
It does. It means a lot. I will let him know that. I will tell his secretary, and that message will be on his desk.
Okay. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this episode. As always, make sure to hit that QR code, like, share, subscribe, help us to run those numbers up. It's WrestleMania season. Everybody should be in a good mood. Share this podcast with them. I think that we had a great time talking about night one. We will be back with not only 2 more prediction shows, we've got some great content throughout the week, including some exclusive WrestleMania moments and predictions from fellow Main Event Network friends, as well as former guests of the show. I have seen Rico Gonzalez's with AC Mack, and it's pretty damn entertaining. Can't wait to drop that for you guys tomorrow. So yeah, we will be back tomorrow night, 8:00. If the time changes, blame Podcast Dad. But on that note, it is kind of your fault. Anyway, King Chris, stick around for a second, but thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.